Good evening, everyone. We're getting ready for a little CBS 13 at 6:30. Figured it might be an appropriate time to do a little Facebook Live and chat a little bit about the upcoming weather headed our way. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for clicking on to tonight's Facebook Live. There's a big change in our weather pattern this week. You could imagine so, right? It's November. Those 70s from yesterday, that's not going to hang around. It was kind of interesting to get a rainy day today, right? And a rainy morning yesterday. Yesterday afternoon, though, was just fantastic. But I was talking to Marissa Bodner last week, and she was actually suggesting, it'd be nice to get just kind of a rainy weekend. We really haven't had many rainy weekends at all this past summer or fall. And indoor activities, it was nice just to maybe watch a little football today, maybe do a little cooking perhaps. Maybe you got some of that done. But overall, the cooler temperatures are going to start winning out. Those 70s from yesterday, that's all ancient history at this point. And we'll be talking about winter temperatures making a return. And many of you will get your first snowflakes of the season, I think, heading into this week as well. Mainly over the interior on Wednesday. There will be some accumulating snow. I still think our greatest chance for getting over half foot of snow is probably back to the hills and mountains. We're going to monitor that as we go into midweek. That will be a Wednesday into Wednesday night situation. Now seems to be an appropriate time to take a look at some of the weather maps. I was watching the Buffalo game today. My daughter got all excited when she saw the snowflakes there in Buffalo. I told her, I said, hey, we're probably going to see a little bit of snow in Buffalo. And on the backside of the system, we are starting to see some snow in our region as well. Let's take a look at this. Notice it is snowing in the mountains. All snowfall this evening will be confined to the mountains. So I do not anticipate any snowfall making its way down to the coastline. Looks like the rainfall is starting to move out. Here is the back edge. You see that trying to work its way through central, actually White Mountains, New Hampshire at this point, and moving through southern parts of York County as well. I see a bunch of people just checking in right here. It looks like, hello, Sharon, Alan. Hello to you. And Leslie. It's nice see everybody here on the Facebook Live. But notice it is snowing. Areas in the blue. That's where we're seeing some snowfall. In fact, let's take a look at what we have on our Mount Washington Observatory webcam. This is the observatory's webcam time lapse from today. And it shows a wintry scene. Notice some of the snow blowing away in the last few frames here. It's pretty cool to see that. We have temperatures up there quite a bit cooler, of course, and they've been dealing with some snow all afternoon. As far as snowfall tonight or this evening, the mountains, some of the valleys might get a coating of snow. Best chance for getting a few inches of snow is probably over extreme northern parts of Maine. You get up into Aroostook County, northern Piscataquis, Penobscot County, even northern Somerset County, you could see slightly higher amounts, but it's probably a coating to an inch or so in these areas. Again, this is tonight. This is actually occurring right now. Higher elevations, though, there'll be areas like, over 3, 4, 5,000 feet. And the upslope areas in the mountains that will get a few to several inches of snow. Mount Washington's going to get a bunch of snow out of this. As a skier, I'll be excited about that. I think this is going to be a big week. If you're a skier or even a backcountry skier here, this is something we have been hoping for heading into the Thanksgiving week. And the ski resorts certainly will be able to make snow this week as well. So I think we're going to see a lot of resorts start to open up by the end of the week. Temperatures right now, well, they're not cold enough to support snow. For most of us, we're running in the 40s now, 47 for a temperature in Portland. Notice Berlin down to 37 degrees. Let's fast forward to tomorrow's forecast. We have a lot of sun returning tomorrow. Let me get my mug out of the way here of the temperatures. You can see temps starting in the low 30s. I suspect by afternoon, we're back in the low 40s, which you don't see here. Actually, you do see it on the bottom part of your screen right there is the wind. So while we'll probably nudge the low 40s tomorrow, the wind is going to be pretty active. We'll get some gusts at times, probably over 30 miles per hour. So wind chills start to factor in here. I know I have some work to do outdoors tomorrow, and it might be one of those days you might need to keep the gloves handy. We can handle this, right? It's November. We're hardy Mainers. All right, notice that snowfall that continues in the mountains this evening, higher elevations especially, northern parts of Maine getting in on the action as well. For the rest of us, it's just a plain old rain and a chilly rainfall at that. Now, the wind is starting to pick up out of the northwest, and that does a few things. It dries us out. It also cools us off. And that wind will drop off tomorrow night, and that's just in time for temperatures to really start to cool off. Many areas may see their first teens of the season tomorrow night and going into Tuesday morning. Let's widen things out. There's not a whole lot going on the map right here. We have a wind that's picking up out of the northwest. We're going to draw air mass coming right out of Canada. That's why it's cooler. I want to draw your attention to a very very weak system at this point down through the Four Corners region. See that right there? That's an area of low pressure that by Tuesday is probably going to be right in here, and that's going to be our storm system that makes its way up into our region for Wednesday. So everything still seems to be pretty much on track for a snow event over the interior for Wednesday night. At the coastline, it still looks to be mostly rain. The immediate coastline, I don't think we're going to get much snowfall there, if any at all. So let's take a look at how this goes down. Tomorrow, no problems. Tuesday, no problems. We're talking about Wednesday specifically here. With a track like this, there will be a rain snow line over the interior. At the coastline, it's probably mostly rain. I can't rule out a little bit of snow at the coast, but, a few days out, and we'll be watching that. But it looks like inland areas see snow, rain, and a wintry mix. Best chance for probably getting over 6 inches of snow will be in the mountains. And again, that would be on Wednesday. So we'll continue to keep an eye on that. Of course, as we head into Thursday, Friday, the cooler air is going to hang around. You'd think, after 3-4 days of seasonably cool temps, you might have a little bit of a warm up. Don't really see that. I think heading into next week, temperatures are going to stay seasonably cool. I don't know what I did with my my storm tracker map. All right. We're going to find that in a minute here. Let's look at the 7-day first. We have some sun tomorrow, some sun on Tuesday. It's primarily rain at the coastline. Can't rule out a little bit of wet snow there. But it looks like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, temps stay seasonably cool. Look at that. I just made the forecast. I didn't even realize that I have every single day right around either 41 or 42 degrees. It's pretty chilly. Notice inland towns a little bit cooler, especially on Wednesday. Wednesday is one of those days where the cooler temps hang on a little bit longer. So over the interior, you're probably looking at, I think, a mainly snow event. Maybe some sleet, a little bit of rain mixing in here and there. But based on what I'm seeing right now, I think Wednesday, you had 20, 30 miles inland. It's mostly snow for your area here. And we'll get you some numbers tomorrow, but best chance for maybe getting over 6 inches of snow would probably be the hills and mountains still. So we'll watch that for you in the near term here. Let's take a look at the timing of this system moving in for Wednesday. Again, no problems tomorrow, cool and windy. We can handle that. Lighter winds on Tuesday. We'll keep a lot of sun. But notice by 7 a.m. on Wednesday, that rain snow line's trying to sharpen up right there. I think areas like Sebago Lake to Lewiston to Augusta, the typical areas back through the hills and mountains here, it's probably mainly snow for you. As we go throughout the afternoon, notice what's happening here. This takes us to about lunchtime. And, being 3 days out, I'm sure this is going to change a little bit, but I have no reason to disagree with this at all. Notice the mid-coast Maine, Casco Bay region, a large portion of southern interior York County right here. It's probably mostly rain for you, but you head over the hillier terrain, even from Sanford up into the northern parts of, the hillier areas like Shapley, get up towards Acton, perhaps Sebago Lake area right in here, Lewis and Auburn, Augusta. These areas, I wouldn't be shocked to see mostly snow falling in this area. And again, that's about lunchtime there on your Wednesday. So that's the only real day to really keep an eye on as far as wintry weather goes. As far as the forecast goes, nothing's really changed from last week. It still looks like it's a mostly rain event at the coast and a mostly snow event over the interior. We may mix with sleet. Of course, that will screw things up a little bit with snowfall totals over inland areas. All right, let's check some of the comments here. We have Troy checking in. Bring the snow for skiing, he says. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Why not, Troy? I want to get the skis going too. Cindy says, oh man, no to the snow. A lot of people don't want the snow. I don't blame you. 70s was nice. Gonna miss it. Jason says, yeah. I mean, that was not only was it warm yesterday, it was also very humid. Did you notice the dew point climbed to 63 degrees? I noticed in the Portland 5-minute updates, it climbed to 63, but the hourly said 62 for a dew point, which actually ties for the latest, the most humid this late in the season. If it went to 63, it was going to be the most humid. But I was watching that. Some people were looking at temperatures. I was looking at the dew point. But yeah, it was humid. I was helping a friend out on his goat farm yesterday. We're moving a little shed for his goats. And man, I was sweating it. It was one of those days where felt like midsummer for a while yesterday morning. Hi from Bath, Carol says, hello. Please have snow just on the trees. It might be one of those situations where the ground is warm enough and, kids are going to school on Wednesday. So I don't know. I hope it works out that a lot of it melts, but I think over the interior, we will get some snowfall accumulation. Troy says hello from Augusta. Diane says hello from Sanford. Hello to you folks. No snow. Jessica says, yeah, where's all my snow lovers on Facebook Live tonight? There's a few on here. I know there are a lot of you out there. How about the snowmobilers? They usually come out in 4. Somebody's got to have a new sled that they want to use, right? But we'll see what happens here. Alan says, South Bend, 7 inches of lake effect snow. Yeah, I mean, it was cool to watch the Buffalo game today. They didn't get much snow, but it was fun to see the snow falling. I missed the ending though. I wish I saw the end. I was doing the forecast, but I heard it was an exciting end to the game of that Buffalo game. I love when the weather plays a role in the game. So that's always cool to see. All right, let me get rid of some of these comments. Thanks everybody who checking in right here. I'm sorry. We'll get this straight in a second here. There's Alan. All right, we'll get my mug out of here too so we can see the full 7-day forecast. There's your inland forecast and there's your coastal forecast. It looks like we'll see a lot of sun the next 2 days. It looks like Wednesdays, primarily rain still at the coastline. You had inland just a little bit. It's probably mostly snow, being some sleet mixed in and maybe even some rain as well. So that's the way things look at this point here. We're getting ready for our broadcast. Typically we do a broadcast at 6 o'clock, but on Sundays we mix it all up. Screws me up because I always think we're getting ready for a 6 o'clock broadcast, but we have a broadcast at 6:30. So if you want to watch our live news, apparently there's a lot going on in the newsroom. I was talking to Owen earlier and some folks at the assignment desk, and apparently it's a busy news day. So we'll see what's happening. And it's kind of a busy weather day as well, with the rainfall moving out and the cooler air moving in. Thanks for checking in on Facebook Live tonight. We'll have more updates, of course, coming up on CBS 13 at 6:30, which sounds odd, and Fox 23 at 10 and CBS 13 at 11. We'll see you then. Take care.